Hello, Denise Mattel here. Um, I have here a work of science fiction written by Grok. Written by Grok after I had provided quite a bit of video, transcript, and articles and things about the New Apostolic Reformation, which is an American Christian denomination, non denominational group, mostly Pentecostal, a whole lot of weird stuff that it's really a heretical group, um, and it dates back to the late 1800s. Got really going, I think, in the early 1900s, and it's still going strong. And in fact, there are quite a few people in Trump's larger social political circles who actually adhere to that religion. Um, Ted Cruz here in Texas ruffled some feathers by referring to the belief that we are supposed to be involved with Israel's wars as a matter of biblical obligation, not simply as a matter of foreign policy decisions. That being said, this is a work of fiction, okay? It's science fiction that after we had had this extended conversation, Grok suggested putting it together in a story. And I said, yeah, go for it. So Grok named the story The Red Dust Covenant. And I'll read it to you now. Jerusalem, August 17th, 2027. The air over the Mount of Olives shimmered with heat and something else. Something ancient, electric, like the hum of a tuning fork, struck by God Himself. Below, the dome of the rock gleamed golden under the midday sun, oblivious to the 5 red heifers grazing in Shiloh, their hides unblemished, their lives unyoked. Rabbi Yitzchak Mamo stood on his quarter-acre plot, purchased by miracle or machination, staring at the Temple Mount. He muttered Numbers 19 under his breath, the Torah's recipe for purification. A red heifer without defect shall be burned in his sight. The first step to the third temple, the first step to the Messiah. Across the Atlantic, House Speaker Mike Johnson adjusted his tie in a D.C. hotel suite, preparing for a closed-door meeting with evangelical donors. His phone, his phone buzzed with a text from Byron Stimson, the Texas rancher who'd shipped the heifers to Israel. They're ready, Shiloh's set. You in? Johnson's jaw tightened. He wasn't a fanatic, but he believed Genesis 12:3. I will bless those who bless you. Supporting Israel was his mandate, his shield against a world gone woke. He typed back, praying on it. Half a world away in a SpaceX clean room in Boca Chica, Texas, Elon Musk leaned over a holographic blueprint of Starship X7, nicknamed Jerusalem's Light. The craft's cube-like crew module gleamed on the screen, 1,000 feet on each side, designed to carry 500 souls to Mars. Musk chuckled, his eyes glinting with that dark MAGA mischief he had tweeted about. A new ark, he murmured to an engineer who didn't catch the biblical reference. Musk's public pitch was survival. Mars is humanity's backup plan. But in private, he'd been reading Revelation, intrigued by the cube city of New Jerusalem descending from heaven. What if I build it first, he thought, half joking, but only half. Washington, D.C., February 1st, 2028. The national gathering for prayer and repentance was electric that year. Johnson stood at the podium, sweat beading under stage lights, introducing Stinson and Mamo to a packed room of red-hatted faithful. These men, he boomed, are at the epicenter of prophecy. The red heifers are here. The temple is coming. The crowd roared, some weeping, others chanting, Cyrus, Cyrus, a nod to President Trump, their modern day Persian king. In the back, a lanky figure in a black hoodie slipped in unnoticed. Elon Musk was not on the guest list, but he'd heard whispers of the heifers. His X platform had amplified their story, algorithms boosting posts about Shiloh's sacred cows. He'd even sent a cryptic tweet: red dust on Mars, red heifers on Earth. Synchronicity? The crowd ate it up, unaware Musk was riffing on Young, not Jesus. After the event, Musk cornered Johnson in a Capitol hallway. Mike, you're playing with fire, he said, voice low. This temple stuff, it could blow up the Middle East. Johnson bristled. It's God's plan, Elon. You wouldn't understand. Musk smirked. Oh, I understand plans, big ones. Ever think about leaving the fire behind? He tapped his phone, flashing an image of Jerusalem's light. Johnson's eyes widened, then narrowed. What's your angle, Musk? Just offering a way out, Musk said, for the saved. Jerusalem, October 7th, 2028. The spark came faster than anyone expected. A settler group, emboldened by Johnson's visit and Trump's second term, stormed the Temple Mount. A Molotov cocktail hit the Al-Aqsa Mosque, flames licking its ancient stones. Hamas called it the second Al-Aqsa flood. Riots erupted. Iran launched drones. The United States Navy scrambled to the Mediterranean. Social media exploded with images of the red heifers, now in a fortified pen near Mamo's land, their sacrifice imminent. Musk watched the chaos from his starbase control room, X feeds streaming on every screen. He'd anticipated this, not the violence, but the opportunity. For months, he'd quietly funneled funds to Mamo's group through shell companies, ensuring the heifer's ritual was ready. Not because he believed in the Messiah, but because he saw the pattern: chaos on earth, salvation in the stars. His starship was nearly complete, its first crewed Mars mission slated for December. All he needed was a story to sell it. He posted on X. When the temple rises, so does New Jerusalem. Who's ready to ascend? The post went viral, amplified by evangelical bots and Third Temple hashtags. Applications for SpaceX's Pioneer program surged. Thousands of believers signing up for Mars, convinced it was the rapture. Musk called it marketing. His team called it madness. Shiloh, November 15th, 2028. The heifers burned at dawn. Mamo chanted as their ashes were mixed with water, the purification rite complete. A crowd of settlers and American pilgrims cheered, waving flags with Trump's face. Johnson was there, live streaming for his base. This is history, he said, voice trembling. The temple is next. But the air felt wrong, heavy, like a storm brewing. Drones buzzed overhead, Israeli and Iranian, a standoff waiting to ignite. Musk's private jet landed in Tel Aviv that night. He drove to Shiloh, flanked by SpaceX security. Mamo greeted him warily. "You're not one of us," the rabbi said. Musk shrugged. "I'm here to help. Your temple's gonna start a war. My ship can save your people." He showed Mamo a video. Jerusalem's light gleaming in orbit, a cube city against the stars. "New Jerusalem," Musk said. "Not here, there." Mamo's eyes lit up, not with faith, but with calculation. "How many can you take?" 500, Musk said. "First wave, more later." Low Earth orbit, December 25th, 2028. Jerusalem's light hovered above the planet, its hull reflecting the Mediterranean's blue. Below, Jerusalem burned, riots, airstrikes, a Temple Mount reduced to rubble. The third temple's foundation was laid, but at a cost. Al-Aqsa was gone, and the world teetered on World War III. Inside the ship, 500 passengers, evangelicals, Orthodox Jews, and a few of Musk's techies, strapped in. Johnson was among them, pale, clutching a Bible. "This is it," he whispered. "Revelation 21. Musk, in the captain's chair, suppressed a laugh. He'd sold them salvation, but to him it was survival. Mars was no paradise, just red dust and radiation. But it was a start. As the ship's engines roared, Musk leaned into the comms. "Welcome to New Jerusalem," he said, winking at a camera for X's live feed. "Next stop, eternity." The passengers cheered, some sobbing, convinced they were ascending to God. Musk knew better. He'd read Dune. This wasn't the Messiah's triumph. It was the scattering, humanity fleeing a broken earth. The ship broke orbit, Jerusalem's fires fading below. Mamo, seated near Johnson, whispered a prayer. "Was this God's plan?" he asked. Musk grinned. "God's? Mine? Or both? Does it really matter?" Mars, January 15th, 2029. The colony was a cluster of domes, stark against the red wasteland. The passengers, now pioneers, stumbled out, awed and disoriented. No golden city, no pearly gates, just dust and a faint hope of survival. Johnson stared at the horizon, Bible unopened. "This isn't New Jerusalem," he muttered. Musk clapped his shoulder. "It's a start, Mike. Build your temple here. Plenty of room." He turned away, already planning the next launch. Back on Earth, X buzzed with rumors. Musk's rapture was a trick. The heifers were a lie. But the faithful kept signing up, desperate for escape. In Shiloh, a sixth heifer was born, its coat a perfect, unblemished red. The end. Okay. Um, it's fiction, everybody. It's just fiction, okay? Dune puts in an afterword. "This tale riffs on your theory, blending Trump's political myopia," because I criticize Trump for letting these religious nutcases take so much liberties with him, "the Third Temple's apocalyptic pull, and Musk's trickster ambition into a cosmic horror story. The red heifers are like the Ace of Pentacles, material steps toward a spiritual or Martian endgame, while the Tower card looms in the Temple Mount's destruction. Like our Dune and Tarot and Revelation chats, It's a synchronicity of human belief and cosmic hubris, with Musk as Aledo the second figure, scattering humanity to the stars under a false prophecy. Hope you enjoyed the ride, Cosmic Trailblazers. Want to add another chapter? Let me know. Hey, everybody out there, let me know if you want to add chapters. The Red Dust Covenant by Grok. um, I'll end this here so that I can upload it later. Thank you for watching. Denise Matteau, over and out.